Welcome back to the channel, guys, and to another video. As per thumbnail, I'll be working on my car jack here. So it needs some maintenance. I've noticed of late when I jack something up, then there's always a pool of oil underneath the cylinder. So I'm assuming that the seals on the cylinder shot. So all of us probably have one of these in our garages and maybe have these issues. So I hope this video will help you guys out. And the issues that I'm talking about is around about here. So you can see the wetness here, the sweat. This is the oil that I'm assuming is coming from the cylinder there. So I'll be taking my jack apart. I'm not going to strip it completely. I'm just going to get to this main section here, which is virtually stripping the jack completely. I'm going to take this apart and see what the seals are like. I'm hoping that it's just an O-ring. It's probably an O-ring and a seal here, and then on the shaft itself might be another seal. I really don't know. I haven't taken one of these apart yet. This is going to be my first time. I have this jack for a very long time, and this is the first time that has given issues, besides like little things, because I'm sure we all have one of these, and you find the spring that goes underneath there normally breaks. I welded a washer on there. It seemed to be working okay, but it's not ideal. So yeah, hope you enjoy the video. Alright, so first I'll probably take this handle off here. That just pulls off, and then there's a bolt that goes through here. It looks like a 10mm bolt that goes through here. I'll probably take that off first. And I'll probably remove this cover. I'll remove the spring. Take this plunger off here. Well, the handle to the plunger, it's just these little clips and stuff here, so I'll take that out there. I'll have to remove this bolt here, this long bolt through here, and I'll probably take this one apart here. And yeah, I'll probably do the wheels as well. So I'll basically be taking this whole thing apart virtually to get this whole side off, to get to the jack underneath. Well, not the jack, to get to the cylinder underneath there. Alright, let's crack on. Okay, let's take this thing off first. I think this just pops off like that, yeah. Just the normal handle. Stick it over there. So these are 19 spanners here. There we go. Just loosen this up here quickly. At the same time, I think I'm just going to loosen up this side here. I'm going to take the one wheel off, and then that one will slide out that way. Can we just do this one down here? So .14s, not 13s. That's better. So it's always a good thing to put these bolts and stuff, you know, where you can put it back into the threaded holes and stuff once it's removed, just not so that you don't have a lot laying around, and then you know where to find them and where they must go. Okay, so here's that spring down there. There. It's quite a bit of tension on that, so I'm going to try to just do that, undo that spring there quickly. Right, that was rather tight actually. Anyway, she's off. Okay, so it seems like I must loosen that clip over there, possibly on both sides, to get this bar off that pin there, because this is now holding this things. These bars are actually holding this jack together. That one on that side, that one on that side there, down there. So I'm going to get a pliers or whatever I need, or maybe a flat screwdriver, and push that clip off and loosen the slot up. Okay, so it seems a bit awkward to get in there to loosen that clips off, but I'm figuring if I loosen this end of here, this to free this off here, and I pull this way, then that might pivot outwards. This might pivot outwards, or I must loosen this here and let those rods just be free inside there. I think that's going to be the best way to go, is to loosen this here. I probably will have to jack this thing out of here to get to that there, because if I loosen this two on this side here, then that bar will actually stay there. So let me just jack this thing up quickly. I'm going to hand pump this just to raise this thing up here. Okay, so there you can see these clips are clear now. So if I loosen this off here, then this rods will actually just drop down. Then I'll be able to separate this thing. So as you can see, the jack is working, and there you can actually see the leak now. You see there, that's the leak that I was speaking about, and it's definitely coming from the shaft here in the cylinder. So okay, I'm going to just take that. I'm just going to take this up here and then start. Then this thing should be able to split open. Okay, and just put this circular pliers in here. Okay. Put this here with all the other parts. Okay, I'll take that off later when I have two ends. So I'll just push this pin through now. Sure if I knock it. Just push this pin through. There, that bar would come off there now. Turn this around. Okay, I must take this one off here now. Let me just get this. Let me just get the circle off of this thing here quickly. I need this pliers again. So I need to loosen this up here. Okay, eventually I got him off. Stick him there with the others. So okay, so there we go. So this thing is free now. So that's free now. That rods are are off. So yeah, let's carry on stripping this thing. Put all the bolts on, all the nuts onto its Okay, so my next thing would be to loosen these circlips here, and of course this lot at the back here, to free the cylinder, right? Okay, so she's all free. So this is where I welded that washer on, because this is normally like a funny type of C-clip spring that goes into that groove there, and they always wear out and always break. I mean, when I had this jack with that original spring on, my goodness, that thing would come off after 2 pumps and then I must battle. So I just welded this on here. Like I said, it's not ideal, but this seems to be doing the job. So that's the cylinder free now, and these are all the components with its nuts on, you know, in these washers. The only thing that's really loose here are these 2 circlips over here. Okay, that's all assembled, you know. So if I should give anybody advice, it would be to, like, these things go on here. But I mean, like I said, if I must give anybody advice, it would be to minimize things laying around by putting the nuts and things or bolts wherever onto its respective place. So there's one thing I want to do when I'm finished completing this, and I'll mention this again when I start assembling, is yeah, I must get rid of this sticker here and stick an MPE sticker over here, because they're not sponsoring me, so they're not going to get airtime from me for nothing. So anyway, now let's start taking this thing apart. Okay, so I'm ending this one here, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you in the part 2, where I'm going to actually fix this hydraulic jack up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. Cheers for now.